Yeah. So that's why we basically go where other people can't or won't go. That's a good one. Okay, there she is. I'm gonna get my saw out and go under it instead of going over it. Done. If I get the boat through, yeah, this has got to come down first. But I get to do this in reverse. Hopefully not in the dark. That's a good one. Held them even though there were some jumps right for the mouth. So I'm driving down to Virginia to a place I thought of when I was in Wisconsin a little over a week ago, catching Wisconsin River smallmouth from these gnarly bushes, as Josh called them. And you know, whenever you're at a tournament or even fishing somewhere that's not home, it's smart to think of a place that reminds you of a fishery that you know. It reminds you of somewhere that looks like home, at least your home water. And Virginia's, you know, Eastern Virginia's a little bit of a stretch to call it home water, but this place reminded me of what we were doing up there with the palmetto bugs, skipping them into that brush. And on tournament day, I lost some really good fish, really, you know, right on out of the gate. I lost two that I know would have made a difference, probably had me in the money individually, and might have had us placing higher than third, which I'm glad we got third in the team division, but those two fish that I missed have been haunting me. Since coming back home, I've been tackle crafting, I've been making different brush jigs. I've even thought through, hey, if I'd have just switched from the EWG to a flipping hook, with that 16th ounce tungsten bullet weight, would that have made a difference? So the brush jigs that I've made are 1/4 ounce with the Do It mold. I got a bunch of different hook styles, different gaps, different thicknesses. I definitely want a beefier hook so I can horse them out of the brush if I need to. And I'm gonna have a lot of opportunity down here in Virginia with these largemouth and these river largemouth, horsing them out of really nasty brush to figure out this hook's good, this hook's not good, this rig snags more than this one's ideal, and I'm basically bringing 3 rods, and the only presentation, the main presentation I'm going to do as a trial is skipping Palmetto bugs into brush and seeing what snags the least, what keeps fish that I have hooked button the most, what has the best hookup percentage in terms of effective hook sets, all of that. That's what this trip's about, is figuring out the right rig for skipping into brush. So I'm at Ed Allen's campground, and I get to pick a site here. I wonder if I can drag my boat down right there. There's a ramp, but I'd kind of like to just park this and be done with it. There's water right there. It's pretty thick between here and there. Let me keep looking. We are expecting some rain, so it'd be nice to have this already set up, and generally I like to set up the rooftop tent once it's parked. That may be connected. Oh, you be quiet. You're gonna be quiet. I'll just turn you off. Looks froggy. Yeah. I can launch here. And camp there. It's not totally level, kind of slope like that. This side's still a little bit downhill, so I'm gonna move my head up here. Get everything ready. everything. Yeah, it's ready. So just 3 rods this time. We'll take a look at what's rigged on these. Alright, so this is what I hope to use the least. This is my power fishing presentation just on the way to and from running up in the river here from the lake. 7-inch scented jerk shad and the I think it's a half ounce jackhammer on my Rain Shadow Eternity RX10. Such a sensitive rod. This one's a medium heavy spinning rod, and I got the Daiwa Saltist, so 3000 size reel, pretty stout. These are some of the brush jigs that I poured after my Wisconsin trip. So this is a 1/4 ounce brush jig with the FG30 that I've kind of split the FG30 so it kind of flares out like that. And then I got the black with blue flake Palmetto BugZ. Interesting skirt material on this one. I did that sort of, I don't know what they call it, crimped or crinkle cut, or I just think that kind of curvy sort of skirt material will give it a slower rate of fall and hold scent very nicely. But this is one of the riggings that for heavy brush applications I'm hoping is going to help. So the third rod, and I kind of feel like I have the most faith in this working, which isn't too much different than what I was doing in Wisconsin that was snaggy. It was basically this 16th ounce tungsten weight with a bobber stop to have it pinned with a little bit of play in there. But this is a flipping hook instead of the grip pin EWG. I like the grip pin, but maybe not this brushy application. I'm gonna go ahead and rig this one just to have it ready. Palmetto BugZ is one of those Z-Man baits that does well on a variety of different riggings, and this flipping hook I'm hoping is one of them. I've used it as a jackhammer trailer. I've used it just weightless as a just across the pads, and I've used it on jigs like what you just saw. But I think as lightweight as this is, it's enough weight to pull it down. It's the Elastec, but it's the Elastec that has the salt in it. So that salt is what helps it sink a little bit, and I like to loosen them up a little bit just to make sure that the tips of these definitely are more buoyant than the body. So that'll kind of skip really well. This is going to skip the best, but fall down and just go like that on the bottom with that little flapper hanging upward, just going, "Hello, Mr. Bass, come here, eat me." All right, let's. I already feel it starting to get windy, so let's go ahead and get the boat ready, wheel it down to the water, and I got one more thing to set up in camp. I don't know if I wait until tonight or do it now. I should probably do it now. I'm gonna set up the skedaddle. So it's camp cooker, the skedaddle. I've had a chance to cook on this so far in, let's see, North Carolina on the Outer Banks with my kid. with the coup. And up in Wisconsin, we did the kayak adventure series. I cooked some of the eggs and sausage and whatnot for the BugZ breakfast and seminar series that I've been a part of. I think at each one of these, the kayak adventure series events so far, Drew's had me speak on something, but I'd like to do more talks on camping, because it's becoming a bigger part of my ability to get out here more often and do everything on the cheap, so to speak. This whole trip for me is about $50 in gas, about $50 for the campsite, and a little bit in food. So this will help me cook. I'm hoping to do some chili and rice this evening, and I'll do my bacon and eggs in the morning. So the skedaddle is actually manufactured from one of the discs that they drag behind a tractor. They line up a bunch of discs, and that plows the field. And that makes up this curved surface. This is well seasoned now after cooking a lot of different things on it. And that's your main heating surface. This is your slower cooking surface, and then out towards the perimeter is just where you keep things warm. But I'm going to keep this covered. This doubles as the cutting board with like a little ring for the grease to drip into that area. But I'm going to leave it as a tabletop for now while I go fishing. It'll be ready for me when I get back this evening. Did have a mishap with the frame separating from this inflatable. I've repaired it, and I'm now fully loading it to test out my repair. We'll see. It updated. It made it so we updated the design of this particular boat with straps that secure the top side right next to where the landing gear goes on the frame. Having that top-down support is apparently important. Always learning, testing, breaking things, redesigning things, making better, innovative products, innovative sportsmen and boondocks products. So I launched from lots of what I would call nondescript sorts of places that are kind of hard to find in the dark if you're on the water coming in. Does any of this look different than the rest? Not in the dark. So what I'm gonna do, go to Google Maps, X out of that, wait for it to really figure out where I'm at. Give me the blue. Yep. And sometimes it's nice, it already gives you the parked here dot, but what I'm gonna do is Save it. There's the name. And then launch. Man, the engineer really wants everyone to know. Okay. Cool. So, if I'm coming in after dark, I'll have that waypoint ready and not worry about, hey, is this is this the right cove, and get it wrong and try to, you know, hack my way and get through this kind of scummy, marshy kind of stuff. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go catch some fish. It's very froggy here. I just sunk way down. We're gonna make a longer run. All right, let's talk a little bit about battery management, speed and range and efficiency. I designed this Peregrine to be the fastest, but not just fastest, most efficient, and it is. What I've done with the Google Maps here is I've done the breadcrumb trail, measuring the distance, and I know to get to where I want to be up in the river, small water, not this big open section here, is 8.73 miles. So all those little dots, you know, as soon as I move this, it changes it. But basically, you can see dot all the way across, and then the number at the bottom. Well, it changed to 10 point something because I moved it, but we'll round it up to 9. So I got 9 miles. Then we look at this. We look at the throttle. I've already used up some of it, and that was the distance from the launch. So I'm headed up towards the river, and say I've done a mile, then I really need to set this at 8 with 90% left. So this is my speed at 4.6, and this is my range at the current throttle setting. Now it's going to change. I have 2 batteries, and I'm pushing pretty hard, but I'm pretty comfortable in that 10-mile range. Maybe I go a little bit more, get my watts up to like 360 something. 9.7 mile range. I could go up a little bit more. Go a little bit faster. Yeah, so about a 9-mile range, and I'm running about 400 watts. That's got me at 5.2 mile an hour. I'll be there in an hour and a half, roughly. I mean, I've already covered a mile and a half, I bet. So, you know, but knowing that you can make this run at, right now it's 5.4 mile an hour, is a combination of Google Maps, dropping those little measure distance, cumulative distance, because I mean, it's not a straight line, the river snakes around, and then using the Torquedo's range function and making sure that you're running straight lines. That's kind of the hard part out here because it all looks the same. So if you followed my channel for at least 3 years, you'll recognize some of this water that we're going to, and understand that I got into a little bit of legal trouble accessing this water, and I went to court and I prevailed because I had a just case. It was thrown out, and I don't know, it seems like there's always someone trying to say you can't go there, you can't fish here, don't park here. You know, today is getting back to that water in a way that is the long way and is for sure the legal way. And I don't know, if you want to dig back 3 years in my content, you'll find it. You'll find the video where Chad Hoover and I got into trouble, and you'll find the video where I'm presented my case in court down here in Virginia. Obviously there's no court footage, but it's me explaining what I had prepared and the documents that I had that showed whatever it showed. I'm just glad I get to come back here and fish this. And it's kind of one of my favorite places. And yes, if you're a YouTube sleuther, you'll figure it out and come fish this. Go ahead. This is legal. Yep. Nice. Skinny water. So it's tightening up, becoming a river, and without looking at that constantly, I'd get it wrong. Because like there are these little offshoots that look like they could be the channel. They're not. And you get out into them and you're like, this kind of fizzled into nothing. And then you turn around and come back constantly. And I will have to recharge this at some point on this trip because it does eat up the battery to keep this up. So I kind of told myself as soon as this starts acting like a river and less like a swamp, I was going to start fishing the jackhammer. This water never really becomes a river the way I'm used to fishing over smallmouth, but it for sure has current, and that's kind of been the key to figuring out, hey, what's the right path? Is that there are areas that kind of have scum that sits, and then there are areas where it's slick and doesn't have, for lack of a better term, pollen. It's not pollen, I don't know what it is, but it's a haziness on the water. If you stay away from that haziness, it's water that's clearing out, and it's where there's current, so that's the channel. There's one. I watched him come right up and chomp the jackhammer. They love that sound. Goes all the way across. Yep, it's pretty deep. That's in over my bibs. I'm kind of on a log. Curious. Turn these around and go under that. I'm gonna get my saw out and go under it instead of going over it. One branch done. If I get the boat through, yeah, this has got to come down first. But yeah, I think the boat has to be where I'm at. basically sitting on a stump. Jeez. Yep, I gotta send the boat through first. Is that gonna fit through? What do you think? It's the seat of all things. It doesn't fit. Which is rods. Those very nice rods. All right, landing gear made it. Torpedo needs to get off of that, and I think we're through. So I get to do this in reverse. Hopefully not in the dark. Get off of my net. Pretty much chest deep. Gotta get back in. Okay. Success. Not elegant, but it worked. Got my souvenir with the BB hole in it. See that? Someone's plinking. Knocking them into the water. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright. That's a good fish. Yep. That was on the jackhammer. Yeah. So that's why we basically go where other people can't or won't go. Nice big meal for beautiful fish. Oh yeah. Oh, big one. All right, I will come back to this. I know that I can have a really great day with the jackhammer in here. Already caught two and one pretty nice one. But that was not why I came here. I came here to solve some problems with fishing jigs or fishing the palmetto bugs. You know, I'm gonna start throwing this this quarter ounce brush jig. Looks like he's coming off of the front here, so I'm gonna get a little bit of the Gorilla Glue in there. Oh, come on. It wasn't. All right, I'm tightening it up more. That was a good thump. Too loose to drag? That's my fault. Oh, golly, that was a good fish. Maybe it's not the jig, it's just me afraid I'm gonna break the line. what breaks the line? Is it the hero hook set? Certainly not just reeling down. Let me just do the reeling down deal. So this particular hook and head combination has not been, like, I haven't buried it in the wood yet. So, you know, that part of this one is, you know, this setup is doing well. That miss, I think that's just on me for not having my drag set tight enough. I really think it comes from me just being someone that fishes light wire hooks a lot and knows the advantage of a light wire hook, but this is not it. I gotta change something. I keep missing fish doing this. I just missed another one there, and that was tight drag doing the reel down hook set. They're in current. There's very little current here, and I think they like whatever current is available. It's still hot, you know, to them. It's still summertime, and a little bit of a breeze probably feels good. It's very low flow though. But that one I missed. I could see him. It was probably 17 or so. And just did the pointed at him, reel down, and then swing on him. And didn't poke him. Because I missed two. I'll switch to the other rod that has the 16th ounce and the flipping hook. Give it a go. So with a 16th ounce bullet weight, you really need them to hold on to it and move. And you got to maintain that tension, because you're not feeling much. Well, that fish would have been caught on anything, because he smacked it right at the surface, which is kind of fun. First couple raindrops have fallen. I'm gonna try to stay as dry as I can. So I'm gonna hop out, get my rain jacket on, get my hat ready, my orange hat. So I'm switching jigs. This one doesn't actually have a skirt on it. It's a much bigger hook. It's one of the Victory hooks. It kind of reminds me of a Matsuo sickle hook without the downturn tip, just a kind of a straight tip. And it's a powerful, big, thick, you know, I feel like if I jam one with this, I probably got him. Missed a bite over here, and then snagged that big hook pretty good. Like, it's just this trade-off of a good solid connection to, you know, with the fish, to a good solid connection to apparently this log. Oh, I did not get the solid connection to the fish, but I'm on this log. So I keep throwing it. I definitely want to throw it there. feel like that big a hook is just, with that point sticking out, is just finding ways to snag. And I feel like it's the hook point itself it's snagging. And yeah, if I'm snagging over here, I'm not getting to fish over here because I gotta come get it. So let me retire that one. Too much hook. And keep digging through my bag here. Find another one. Next man up. Next man up looks like that. Can you see that hook? It's kind of a round bend. It's got a tip that kind of curls in like a Matsuo. This one's the 4/0. You know, that hook point's a little further back. You know, having the hook further back than the last one, which was pretty far forward, is that gonna mean less rolling and digging into the wood? I don't know. You know, I've talked with the guys at the Do It Molds booth at iCast, and one of them said, yeah, if you poke one with this hook, they're not getting off, which is, that was bluegill, which is one of the things I want to accomplish. Just one of them, though. I do like the 1/4 ounce brush head, though. It just seems to suit this. Like it's a good design. You know, the lead wraps around the eyelet and really keeps that part from being a snag issue, which is good. I missed one there. That was no fault of the jig. That was just me swinging too late. See if he'll hit it again. Well, pretty tight drag. Didn't poke him. I'll give him another shot. That's frustrating. Alright, this one isn't like the Matsuo. This one is the Matsuo sickle hook, and it's huge. I'm gonna push this down and hopefully you can see that hook. So it curls down, which I think is probably designed to, when you jam them, keep them buttoned. I really worked to get that bristle guard to flare out, so as to not snag too bad. I think it's going to. I just do, but we'll see. So if you've been looking at the places I'm casting, like, oh, I missed him. Oh, that was as soon as it touched down, and that big hook did not do its job. What I was saying is the places I've been casting are pretty snaggy. And I think as long as I'm moving that head through slowly, it doesn't matter as much what the... So here's the debate, because this came out like the plastic kind of bunched up and went to the end, and is not how I put it in there. What's at fault there? Is it? I don't think it's the hook. I'm gonna go back to the tungsten weight. Really skips beautifully. Maybe I could go, I'd probably be happier if I went heavier than 16. I think I've got something there. I definitely feel these bites better. Okay, of all things, I got a bowfin. Very angry bowfin on the flipping hook. Interesting. Well, that rig held on to a bowfin, which are notoriously springy. See you, guy. So I didn't have that hook point exposed. Like, it was somewhere in the middle. And with the Laztec, I feel like, you know, it's gonna pop out. The hook point's gonna go where it needs to go. I just trust the Laztec to do what it needs to do to get out of the way. But yeah, that was an effective, just reel down to the pressure hook set. Not a big swinging. I think there's an advantage to that. I think the advantage is that it somewhat surprises them. Whereas when you wham and something explodes inside their mouth and they're mad, they start doing mad things. And I advanced that bowfin over a lot of wood before he really went nuts. That's from a beaver. Alright, got a little guy on the flipping hook. It poked him pretty good. A little better. Fish just totally ripped up, and I can keep poking the Palmetto bugs in different angles to keep it going, but I feel like I should put a fresh one on. So, or just trim it. I don't know. I'm just retrieving it in right in front of the sandbar. Dang. See the sandbar? That's why I came here. Sand and wood. This, in a way, is what reminded me. This is what I was reminded of when I was up on the Wisconsin River. Like, sand and wood together. Although this is a tiny little part of that. And it's what made me think of palmetto bugs. Because I've done well with palmetto bugs here. And on the eastern shore of Maryland. But similar kind of place. Not a small one. I did not feel this one bite, and still caught him. So it's not a big thick jig hook. It did hold him. You know, it's a good fish. That's all right. I'm leaning towards this as being it. It's funny though, like, it's sort of egotistical of me to think that I need to reinvent fishing or reinvent certain things. Everyone wants to do it their own way, and putting an EWG in front of a bullet, just why wasn't it? This is it. This is better. I'm doing better with this so far. I'm gonna keep going with this. Ooh. Actually, I missed that one. Let's take a look. Didn't poke through. Huh. Lots of them in this log jam. Yep. Good one was, it's a spot like where that last good one was. A little bit of current, bunch of logs. Should be one right there. Ooh. All right, that snagged, but it really wasn't snag. Huh. Re-rig the plastic. Keep it in the middle. Skip it to the bank. Reset. I'm poking them. Like, if the fight starts, I'm gonna end it. That's what I wanted. All right, I got this one pinned. Face on that log. You can see it out of water. And you gonna stay hooked? Golly. Impressed if this gets landed. Had the fish. Huh. He jumped over this thing and wrapped it. Okay. Yep, I got him. Not a big one, but like the fact that this hook, the flipping hook, held it, even though he's jumping all over out of the water, pinned to that is just, that's awesome. Even when this snags, it's not like a bad snag. So like I haven't had to go over and poke it off with the rod tip, if that tells you something. Like, it'll stop and then I'll give it slack, it'll drop down, and then gives me another chance to come up and over. Yeah, like that, except maybe with a fish. Okay, calm down. I want to get back down to some bigger water though. I've gone way up in this river, and it's super low and it's tight. I'm starting to drag up through stuff a little bit more than I was further down. I feel like I'm only working with some of it, because this is creek size, and I feel like either that or that is an island. Not sure though. I've caught all of them on this hook. I think it's time to retie because my line's probably getting pretty chewed up. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Get him. Yeah, held him even though there were some jumps right for the mouth. Here. I caught a largemouth. Yeah, it's probably 16-incher. I'm actually fishing them on. I'm fishing the Palmetto BugZ on a flipping hook and like a 1/8 ounce tungsten weight.
Yeah.
And it's keeping them buttoned real good. And I wish I was doing this rig when I was on the Wisconsin River, because I lost some good ones that would have helped me in that tournament. But it's nice to have figured out something that's working. Any of the immortals. There's another one. The revelation that had been such a good jerkbait rod, the Eternity. And I don't know, do you think I should keep throwing the Nessie on that Eternity heavy? Or would a judge be better for that in like the mag draft?
I think that's personal taste, really. How much does that Nessie weigh?
It's over an ounce. It's, it's more about, I think it's more about keeping them buttoned when they jump and do, well, I guess initially it's about poking them and getting a good hook, good set of hooks in them, but.
Then I would say the Eternity.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a little more powerful, I think.
Okay. All right. As much as I want to keep catching them on the flipping hook and the 1/8 ounce pegged tungsten, I got to get back to camp, and it's not a short journey. I would like to fish along the way though. I just can't fish this slow and get back and get past what I need to get past with daylight. So, jackhammer time. That's a good one. Okay. I missed it, but I got it. There she is. So I will tell you something that I'm doing that I don't usually do. It kind of risks losing this very valuable bait, but it's totally worth it because it gets these nicer fish to bite. I'm letting it fall. I'm getting it to the bank, and it's ripping out. Yeah, he's about 18 1/4. Nice fish. Let me show you. I missed one back there doing it. I horsed that fish back there. This one I played appropriately on the judge, but get it near the wood, you put it in there, and you let it free fall for two or three count, and then you move it. And you bring it in front of the wood, and then you let it drop. And they're hitting it on the drop. There's the wood, clear it, and then drop it, and then so it's noisy, and then it dives, and then it picks up again. So that has been part of what's working with the jackhammer on this return trip. For sure, I've caught my better fish today with the jackhammer, which is the better bait, or bigger bait that I've been throwing. And you know, big baits, big fish for sure. Oh yeah. Okay. This has to come down. This is the thing I did not want to do in the dark. Go through first. All right. Making our way through the jungle. I gotta get the seat down. And this river comes up 2 inches. I can't get through there. Cool. Made it. Ooh. Oh, easy. I got a nice log to jump onto. Yes. That was better. All right, I need to stop fishing because I'm not gonna have the daylight I need to navigate the swamp. So I think I'm done for the day, and you know, let's head back and break out the chili and rice. Yes, with some cheese. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Get some good food at the campsite. Cook it up in the boondock skedaddle, and get some sleep. And I think coming back out here tomorrow, which will be the next episode, is going to be about, let's exploit this jackhammer pattern of, you know, get it near this wood in this small river, rip it, and then let it drop right next to the wood, and then bring it back up. There's a whole lot of this section of the river that I've not really fished very hard, and you know, I got all day tomorrow, so let's leave some time for me to navigate back to the campground, and it's been fun. So much more to fish here. Thanks for watching.